Hi, I'm Barbara Beech. I've been involved in software measurement really for about 20 years of my career, and about the last 14 has been involved in vendor management, where I've been working on establishing contract measures in various vendor contracts, as well as doing some internal work on software measurement within the company. So in my past experience, we've used function points for a number of service levels: enhancement productivity, maintenance productivity, defect density, and we've incorporated that with some of our other service levels, more standard measures, system availability, on-time delivery, that we've used to measure our vendors. But it's important to sit down and go through all your applications and figure out which ones are important, which ones do you need data on, how many are active, because you find a lot of applications are not active, they're maintenance mode only, and you probably don't need to gather data on them. So that's a whole important exercise, and you have to involve your leadership in determining what are the right applications in there also, and coming up with the plan for that. Well, sometimes it's a difficult conversation with the vendor. Sometimes it's a negotiation, and you have to tell them, we're going to do this and we want to incorporate this measure. Sometimes you may want to have a measure, maybe you want to do it just informally to start, but typically you're still the owner of these applications, so you're going to go tell the vendor, this is what we'd like to do. And you do have to work with them. You have to have some meetings set up so they understand it. Then you want to really pilot it and start out probably small initially, and then grow it over time. Once you get your process in place on how it's going to work, and the time frames for turning around the information back to the vendor, and if they have to make code corrections, what you expect of them to do with the data they get back. So when you develop a contract and you start off doing that, and you sit down and look at your SLAs you're going to include, you make function points part of that, and then you incorporate that into your contract. And you can set things up as critical measures or key measures. Critical have penalties with them, or performance credits. Keys are just for measurement purposes. So it really depends on what you're negotiating with the supplier, and how you want to structure things when you set things up. I've seen it both ways. I've seen it where we have critical measures where if the supplier doesn't meet a certain target, they pay a performance credit. I've seen it where it's just a key measure that you track monthly, but it does hold the supplier's feet to the fire as far as how they're doing. It's important to note that function points by themselves don't improve productivity. I mean, they allow you to measure it. You need to do other things within your organization, and it's not all tool-based, but you need to look at process improvements. Maybe there's a tool that could help from requirements or coding to help you improve your throughput as far as software development and improve your quality.